Hi everyone, it's your boy Ray. Welcome to the I guess the new vlog setup for the webcam versions. Because here and there I'll do a webcam. Usually when I'm especially lazy, vlogging throughout the week. But this week is very important, which is why I'm pretty much vlogging like this. Because oh man, let me tell you, we'll get into it. But yeah, I just want to introduce like at least one vlog pretty early in this kind of comeback into the vlogging, where I'm doing this since I'm in a different part of the house, which this room right here used to be the empty room where I practiced all my posing, did some post-show reflection stuff. So this is the same room, but now I'm actually occupying this room because nobody's living in it at the moment until me. But what this gave me was the ability to have like a bigger desk. So I took the opportunity to buy a second monitor, a new primary monitor I should say. In front of me right here, I know you can't see it, but I have a 24-inch 1080p Dell monitor. So along with the video card I got from Black Friday, an R9 390, couple that with a 1080p monitor, now I can do 1080p gaming, baby. Oh, but I still have the second monitor though, so you may see me switch over this way to look in this direction because this is where my second monitor is, so off on the side. Still my old widescreen AOC monitor, the 1600 by 900 widescreen. But I put my preview window over here, doing the webcam vlogs. Because I'm using OBS, Open Broadcast Software. And so I look over here, look at the preview window, and yeah, so this is how the process goes, and this is going to be the new formats. As you see, the TV is back here, and I have my awesome Kristen Crook posters over here. I still need to get my favorite ones from the other room. Other than that, it's great to be doing all this again, a little bit more consistent. But now, let me tell you how my training week goes. So I think let's get to the big news really quick. Let's just go straight to the big news. Training wise, still kind of going heavy. I talked about in the previous vlog. I took you guys through a peek of my training cycle using some sort of progression scheme in order to increase my strength. And so this week was the second week of what would be cycle number 7. So it'll be week 14. I just finished that up this week. But on my mind though, there were a lot of things on my mind, and it was especially coming from a friend that recently contacted me on Facebook. And I posted a lot of kind of like motivational things on Facebook as of recently, especially as I'm getting through prep, getting ready for Washington State Natural in April. And my friend contacted me. I wanted to spark a conversation. So he was a guy that was actually interested in powerlifting when I met him probably like a little over a year ago. Like he came back into town for the holidays, so he just happened to get a day pass at the gym I was working at, and he was interested in doing a powerlifting meet at the time. So I'm like, that's pretty cool, because I've always thought about powerlifting. I always thought about having like a legit platform total, with bench, squat, and deadlifts. And then, that's why my training right now is focused on bench, squat, and deadlifts. So I figured someday I would try out a powerlifting meet, and we got into a pretty lengthy combo that really motivated me to try a powerlifting meet. And so I decided a couple days ago, I think maybe Wednesday or Thursday, assuming I had well enough time, which I do, and I decided to do a powerlifting meet Valentine's Day weekend next month. So February 13th, 14th, I'm going to be competing in my first powerlifting meet over in Kennewick, Washington. And my friends tell me this is a big meet because the head chairman for Washington State, it's going to be at his gym. So that's a little bit nerve-wracking because I'm actually kind of going to be in like HQ of pretty much where powerlifting is, I guess, at the moment. But there's so many powerlifting meets, but there's a significance in going to the head chairman's meet. Kind of like if you're going to like some person's, like some big guy or big wig person's like special event. It's like that feeling of, oh man, should I even be here? But I'm gonna try. Today we had my friend came over from where he lives, so he drove down here, and we actually got in kind of I like to say crash course 101 into powerlifting, even though I'm pretty knowledgeable in the techniques and such like that. But it's just now at this point transitioning over to applying all those movements, the bench, squat, and deadlift, into powerlifting. So understanding regulations, understanding commands, understanding at this point peeking into the show, because peeking into the show is different than peeking into a bodybuilding, or peeking into the meet is different than peeking into a bodybuilding show, right? So this is going to be a whole new process for me, but it's going to be interesting to actually get through this period because I'm prepping for April. So I have to, pour in the volume to maintain my intensity. But for this roughly 3-week period, roughly 3 weeks, maybe less than that, I have to think about resting and, make sure that I'm putting in enough work efforts into those lifts, but at the same time, not building up so much fatigue. And usually fatigue is built up through volume, and bodybuilding is volume. So I have to find a balance in between all that because I don't want to give up the bodybuilding stuff, but at the same time, I truly understand the concept of resting as much as possible and lessen the fatigue over time so that way I could feel recharged and hit my 1 rep maxes on meet day. So I understand that concept. So it's definitely going to be interesting to get through that whole process. So this is going to be fun, Yeah, today my friend, he really brought out a lot of confidence because a lot of times with bodybuilding, or at least with my training, there are days where I just feel like crap, and then I literally tell myself, I can't do this weight, I can't do this, I can't do that, and I don't really put in the effort to give it a shot. But he kind of ingrained it into me and exposed that really hard, you should not tell yourself to, back off. You should continue to attack it head on, You'll kind of feel it out if you know you can't do it. But other than that, it's a yes or no, right? But in something like powerlifting, you need to be able to attack the weight. And I think that mentality is something missing from my own training, where I don't really attack the weight. I kind of just go through the motions and just, add volume by say, oh, I'll do another exercise. But, I probably could have emphasized maybe another set on, let's say, dumbbell inclines, which would probably give me the biggest benefit as a bodybuilder to do dumbbell inclines and such like that. But but it's no, I'm not feeling it. I'm gonna move to something else. I'm gonna do cable flies or something, right? So I need to develop that mentality, with these next couple weeks. I really need to attack the weight. I really need to beat up the weight. I just really need to be aggressive, and it's hard because my mental state. I'm not really an aggressive person, but I truly understand the concept, and I could see, where, the powerlifters or the big lifters, the big heavy lifters, how they get that mentality. Now that I'm watching a couple more videos more in depth, rather than to enjoy watching powerlifting and stuff like that, I could see the intensity now. I could observe it now. So now I'm picking up a lot of powerlifting concepts, and now let's see if I could start adapting those. But it's going to be a lot of build up for these next 3 weeks going into Valentine's Day weekend. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of training. But the next 3 weeks, though, I'm not going to do another cycle of my my weird leg switch pull times 2 thing. I'm actually going to start a kind of peaking phase going into the powerlifting meets. So it's a lot of thinking right now. I have a bunch of ideas in my head. But the big obvious thing is, I got to be practicing the movements. I got to be practicing the big 3, and I got to be efficient in them. But I can't do too much volume, and I can't really push myself. I shouldn't really be doing my 1 rep maxes in the gym. But I need to be able to work efficiently to, be able to get the volume in and rest up, promote active rest. So yeah, it's a lot of thinking to do, but I think I got it down. To be honest, I'm perfectly interested in more, especially, pretty much this whole spring to summer. So I'm definitely interested to do more, but we got to feel it out if, I'm right for it, February, and we'll see how my thought or my mental and physical status will be right after the April show, because the next show that we're thinking about doing is in May. But it's tough to think about a second show when I haven't done the first show, right? So let's get that out of the way. So training is going to be different for the next 3 weeks. But I'm still going to kind of continue cutting down. And I know a lot of people will say, you don't try not to cut down for a show, or at least he recommended me, we'll just do a water drop because I'm not going to be too far away from stage weight because I'm going to be competing in the 132.2 weight class. And right now, I came in this morning at, my weight calendar is over here on this side, so I came in at 136.6. So I don't have much to lose, but it'd actually be cool to drop down a little bit more, so that way it kind of coincides with the bodybuilding weight cut, because I still want to get lean for April, but I don't want to have like a big rebound coming off a powerlifting show, because seeing what he had to do post show and seeing what my friend Mikey had to do after the meet, and then what I had to do after the meet, kind of the same thing. So I can't rebound that hard after the show. But so yeah, we'll see how everything goes. But I'm excited. It's definitely a different type of mentality to go into this, and I'm gonna be ready for it, right? So that's all I gotta talk about this week. The weights for this last cycle, pretty much. Obviously, I improved on it, but seeing that I was gonna train with my boy Mikey today, I didn't really attempt like really heavy or really push for those AMRAPs. So I only did kind of like the minimum, trying to get over. But yeah, I'm going to be ready to smoke some weight. But in the meantime, I really need to get myself mentally into the game, and we're going to kill it. We both grew up in the same town. I like to say, if I do a lot of stuff with friends, families, or relatives, I like to call this a family affair. All right? Peace out. See you soon. So keep up with this, oddly enough, this weird powerlifting progress, because, yeah, your boy's going to do good.